from Changchun. Today is the 30th of November 2022. You can see on my phone there. And I thought it was about time for a bit of a life update video. So this video is going to be posted next week on Tuesday the 6th of December. And that's basically as hot off the press as it's going to get with my channel, because keep in mind it takes a few days to edit a video. It takes at least 3 days for the subtitle team to put subtitles on my videos. So that makes it really hard for me to make super like in the moment, up-to-date videos about my life here in China. But we're gonna try here with this video today. Some of you may be wondering, hey, aren't you still in Guilin? And I wouldn't blame you for thinking that, because the last 5 weeks on my channel, I've been posting videos of my adventures in Guilin, which is in Guangxi province here in China. But nope, I've actually been here in Changchun. It's a city in the northeast of the country for about a month and a half now, and I've been living here with my boyfriend Daok, who is currently based here for work. And for the most part, I've just been exploring some hidden gems in this city. I've been making some friends in my local community here, and of course, I've been editing all that content that I got when I was in Guilin back in October. So every week here on my channel, you're seeing a new video from me traveling here, eating this, doing that, and I guess some of you might assume I'm just constantly traveling full time. So the first thing I wanted to do in this video is give you guys a little bit of a background of how I actually make my videos. The fact is, a huge amount of planning goes into traveling and filming content in China here at the moment. And the key for me has been choosing my moments to travel very wisely, and also having a fair bit of luck on my side along the way. So as you guys know, I have my Hutong house in Beijing. I also now have this new home base here in Changchun with my boyfriend, and it's in these home bases that I spend most of my time. And when I'm not in a home base, I'm out traveling, creating content. And I thought it might be interesting to create a visual representation of how much of my time is spent traveling versus how much of my time is spent at home, because I think it might surprise you guys. So I decided to dust off the good old Microsoft Excel and make a graph. And this took an embarrassingly long amount of time to figure out how to do it, but we got there. And I present to you a graph, albeit slightly strange looking, but it is a graph detailing the days I spent in the last 365 days in China at home and the days I spent traveling. So you may be surprised seeing this, because on my channel every week you're seeing a video of me traveling and eating. So how is it possible that I'm spending so much of my time at home? Well, I'm about to tell you. So what I usually do is when I'm in a home base, I'm constantly assessing the COVID situation in China. I'm keeping an eye on places that are and aren't possible for traveling. I'll make a list of places I am or possibly am able to travel to. And then what I'll do is I'll do some detailed research on each of those provinces or cities to learn more about those places. Currently, I have detailed kind of research and vague content plans for about 15 cities around China. And the reason I do that is because the decision of if and where I go traveling is made a day before or a couple of days before. For travel in China to occur, the stars need to align. And first things first, I need to ensure that the COVID situation of where I'm currently based actually allows me to leave and to travel. And basically what that means is I need a green health code. So for those of you outside of China unsure what this green health code is, it's basically a QR code, and it comes in 3 colors. It comes in green, it comes in orange, and it comes in red. Green means you are a low risk person, and that green code allows access to things like restaurants, pharmacies, pretty much anywhere you want to go. If you have a green health code, you're allowed to enter. If you have an orange code, that usually means that you forgot to do your COVID test and you've been more than 3 or 4 days without doing a COVID test. And to get rid of that orange code, it usually means you just need to do a COVID test, wait for the results, and it will change back to green, at least in my experience. Then you've got red, and you can probably guess that red isn't the best color to have. The only time I had a red code was when I came back from Australia and I was quarantining in like centralized quarantine in China. And red basically means you are a person of risk. You are definitely not allowed to go outside. You will be denied entry to any restaurant, mall, or shopping center that sees this code. Basically, if you show someone a red code, they will freak the hell out. Also worth noting is every province, and in many cases every city, has their own app for this health QR code. So when you're traveling somewhere, not only do you need to ensure that you have a green health code from the city you're traveling from, but also check that you have a green health code for the city you're traveling to. Okay, so you've got your green health codes, all good to go, right? Well, not necessarily. You also have to check that your home or where you're currently based isn't near or in any medium or high risk zones, because I've come across this situation once or twice where I travel somewhere, I get to a hotel and they actually reject me from staying there because there is a medium or high risk area in my district. So you obviously want to avoid that situation. It's a headache for everyone involved. So my advice would be, if you're traveling in China, always call ahead and ask them, A, do you accept foreigners? That is, of course, if you are a foreigner. If you're a Chinese citizen, you'll be fine because you can travel anywhere and stay at any hotel with a 身份证, which is the Chinese ID card, but passports are a little bit different. Some hotels don't have the system that can accept passports and check you in and register you. So always good to ask that question. The second question you should ask is, I am from blah blah district of blah blah city. Am I allowed to stay there? And they'll be able to give you an answer, and also ensures that when you get there, if you say, hey, I talked to your staff member and they said that I'd be able to stay here, you'll usually be able to stay there. So it's good to have that security blanket as well. So how do I decide where I actually travel to? Well, ideally, I like to wait until an area I'm interested in has been COVID-free or at least nearly COVID-free for a period of time. I also like to wait until that city, or ideally the entire province, has no more COVID high-risk zones. So you've got your 2 green codes from both your local community and where you're planning to go. Your local community is COVID-free, as is the place that you're planning to go to. That's when I will take the opportunity to book those flight tickets, get on a flight, and just pray to the high heavens that things don't change COVID-wise while I'm traveling. And that's where the element of luck really comes into play. Because there's always that risk of COVID popping up. As soon as I arrive in a new city, I will just hit the ground running, making new content. And that's where all that pre-research and preparation really comes into play, because it's not ideal spending days in a hotel researching when I could be making the most of the time outside filming and making content. So usually when I go on one of these content travel trips, I'll spend about a week to 2 weeks there. Most recently, when I went to Guangxi and I made that content that you're currently seeing from Guilin, I was there for a little under 2 weeks, I think 12 days to be exact. And in that time, I made 6 videos. So that amount of content then allows me to come back to one of my home bases where I can rest and edit all the content that I made from that trip, and also start thinking about where I want to go on my next travel content trip, or alternatively, start making content in that home base like I've been doing in the last few weeks here in Changchun. Some fun Changchun food vlogs coming your way in the next few weeks, which I'm very excited about sharing with you guys. I do have to admit, I really miss slow travel. And pre-COVID, I just loved traveling for the sake of travel, immersing myself in a new place, meeting new people, no sense of schedule or timeline in my head. I haven't traveled like that for quite some time, because there's always this voice in the back of my head, there could be a COVID case near you tomorrow. So I usually just get the content, get the work done, and get back to one of my home bases where I can just rest and relax in those moments. It's important for me to make this video making process clear to you guys, because you may be confused seeing my videos every week where I'm traveling across the country, having fun, eating cool foods, but you're also seeing reports of rising COVID cases around the country. You may be thinking to yourself, how is this girl doing it? I never want to mislead anyone. I never want to paint an untrue picture. Those videos were taken months ago and things are different now. Actually, as of yesterday here in Changchun, because of rising COVID cases, we've been told to stay at home. As of right now, only essential services are open, like supermarkets. Dirk is working from home. We get COVID tests every day, as you can imagine. We're not physically locked in, which I'm very happy about. We can still go for little walks around our community here to get some fresh air. And oh boy, is the air fresh. I could not believe it this morning when we woke up and Doug turned to me and he was like, can you believe it's minus 17 degrees outside? And no, I can't believe it, because it is so hot inside. Our internal heat temperature is sitting at a comfortable like 24, 25 degrees. So I'm out here wearing a t-shirt and shorts while outside it's literally freezing. And it's not until you actually go outside and you feel those temperatures that you can feel, wow, this is very cold.
When that wind comes, it's brutal. Yesterday, it was, I think minus 13 degrees during the day, but it said, when you scroll down to the bottom, feels like minus 22. How are you finding these temperatures?
Very pleasant. No, it's very cold. It's like you're how do you say in English? Extremities, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the worst part. Like if you don't wear gloves or a beanie, like it's very unpleasant. But otherwise, it's pretty okay.
Dog wants to step onto the ice. There's a little lake here. It's now frozen over. Let's do this. There we go. I'm on the ice. Hello, hello, it's me again. I'm checking in. It is the 3rd of December, and the reason I'm checking in is there have been some pretty big updates here in Chongqing. So since this is a life update video, I wanted to, I guess, make sure it's up to date as possible. All the malls are actually open again. Restaurants are open again, not for dine-in service, but they're open. We haven't been called down to do COVID tests for like 3 days in our compound, which is definitely different. Looks like you're going back to the office on Monday. Yes. So yeah, things are really starting to change. Not just here in Chongqing. I know that from talking with friends, other cities in China seem to be easing their restrictions. So yeah, interesting time, that's for sure. Who really knows what the next few months are going to look like, but I just want to use this opportunity to remind everyone that although I am based in China, I don't have a thorough first-hand understanding of every facet of everything that's currently happening in this country. I am a food and travel vlogger, and I made a decision long ago only to make videos about topics that I have a thorough background understanding of. So for that reason, moving forward on my channel, what you can expect are videos about food, travel, day-to-day, daily life. Talking of daily life, what have we actually come to the mall to buy today?
Crocs. Yeah, I want Crocs, yeah. I mean, we have booked Sanya for the end of this year.
Yes.
So we're hoping to get there.
Yes.
Depending, of course, on the current situation. But what I have in mind for the trip to Sanya, I need to get some, shoes for the warm climate, easy to get in and out.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to get some Crocs, yeah.
Yeah, so we are actually literally en route to the Crocs store. Oh my good lord. So what's the one that you have in mind?
Look, all the pins.
You're gonna wear this?
Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna have some pins as well, of course.
So yeah, I guess at this stage it's looking maybe likely that we might get to Sanya for that trip after Christmas. I really didn't think that that was gonna be possible, but maybe it will be. My fingers are definitely crossed. My fingers are also crossed that he can't find the style and size of Crocs that he wants, because I find them a little bit ugly.
Oh, they're so comfortable. They're so comfortable.
So unfortunately, very unfortunately, you weren't able to find the shoe you were after.
Yeah, they didn't have the right color.
So what color are you after?
I wanted blue.
But you got some pins?
Yes, I already got some pins, so I can show them to you.
So I guess it's happening. You are getting these Crocs. You're committed to this idea.
This is my commitment. This is the first 4 pins that I got.
Wow.
Star Wars, lucky number, made in China, and something China related, I would say.
So that's the end of this life update video. The next few weeks I will be posting the content that I still have stored up. So next week I still have one more video from Guilin that I'll be posting. And then I will be starting the Chongqing food content that I've been filming.
One is the Changbaichan video.
Yes, we took a road trip together to Changbaichan.
Yeah, it was my first time on the road here in China.
Yeah, he was driving.
And there were some very unexpected twists and turns, so stay tuned, yeah?
Yes, check out that video when it comes out in the next few weeks, guys. And yeah, that'll be it from us. Goodbye from Chongqing. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.